So, all right. So Terence Crawford was on the Breakfast Club. I don't know whether they recorded this yesterday or whether, you know, they did it today, but it appeared to look like it was live. But Terence Crawford addressed basically his future, his plans. And Terence Crawford basically said that he's only looking for legacy fights and big money fights. He feels like he's put in his work and he feels like now he wants big dollars, which, to be honest with you, he's earned the right. It's so funny. People will sit up there and say Terence Crawford got to keep putting in work, and this is the so-called pro-black community. But it's funny, there's never no pressure on these non-black fighters to fight certain fighters. Why haven't people called for Canelo to, when he was campaigning at 175, how come it wasn't calls for him to go fight Arthur Beterbiev? How come people wasn't outraged about him getting out of a rematch with Dimitri Bivol? But like these fake pro-black dudes spend so much time tearing down another black dude, and that's why they can't be taken serious. But nevertheless, Terence Crawford addressed a lot of things. He appears that he's not really interested in fighting Tank because he says he won't really get that much credit if he beats Tank. Yeah, it'll be a lot of money for Terence Crawford, but then, people will twist it and say Tank bit on more than he could chew, and I think he knows the play like I know. But for some reason, this has came up and this has started to make its waves around, boxing. To me, it doesn't really make that much sense. I know now we're in the age of basically making circus fights now. Like I said, they have weight classes for a reason, But he did say, if worse come to worse, he said he is willing to go up to, he said he's willing to go up to 160, which would be full-fledged middleweight. But he said he would prefer 158. Because, at the end of the day, you asking Terence Crawford to go up. You're asking Terence Crawford, he's at 147. So, to be honest with you, that would make sense if they could do it at 158. Terence Crawford would be going up 10 pounds and Canelo would be going down 10 pounds. So that would be fair. But at the end of the day, if the fight was to happen, who would be a favorite? You would have to make Canelo a slight favorite due to the fact that he's been campaigning up at that weight class for so long. Canelo hasn't fought in the 154 division in a while. But then again, he was never really, for the most part, actually fighting at 154. A lot of times he was making up his own weight. So myself, I think that would be very risky for Terence Crawford. But then here's the thing. Would Terence Crawford get credit if he went up to 158, he fought Canelo, and he defeated Canelo? You would hear the same thing then from the Canelo fans saying, oh, well, Terence Crawford weight drained Canelo. But I'm saying at the same time, Terence Crawford would be sacrificing. So to me, giving up 10 pounds, going back 10 pounds and going up 10 pounds for Terence Crawford, or actually 11 pounds, that would be kind of fair. That would be kind of fair. But myself, I think that's a bit of a risk for Terence Crawford. Because at the end of the day, whether we critique Canelo's resume, and it's very questionable, Canelo still is a big dude compared to Terence Crawford. And you still have to wonder, would Terence Crawford be able to take Canelo's power at that weight class? Terence Crawford would have to be very careful and calculating as far as fighting Canelo go. Because like I said, they have weight classes for a reason. But, myself, I would be sort of interested in seeing it, but you just have to tell the truth. So, myself, I think it would be a very lucrative fight for both Canelo and Terence Crawford. I mean, more than likely, Canelo would get a lion's share of the money, but if it's like 60 for Canelo and 40 for Bud, I think Bud would take that fight. I think it would do some decent numbers. I think it would do real good numbers. I think that fight would sell over 1 million pay-per-views. Definitely might sell too. But like I said, it's just the weight. I think now all of a sudden you got this stuff with Charlo jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. So now that's going to be the new thing. Now you got Tank saying he's willing to go up to 147. Then you got in a way they want him to go up almost 3 weight classes. So, you know, they have weight classes for a reason. So if they're going to start putting together these fantasy circus fights, then hell, if that's the case, then Canelo might as well just go up, you know what I'm saying? Canelo might as well go up to 200 pounds and try to fight Wilder or something like that. Or, you know, Arthur Better Beef should go up to heavyweight or something. Like I said, they have weight classes for a reason. So, I don't know about that. But it would be interesting. And like I said, Terence Crawford, he addressed a lot of issues in that Breakfast Club interview. So too much to basically discuss. Basically, you could break down the Breakfast Club interview into a lot of different segments, but I thought that it was very interesting because at first Bud basically said, I'm not going up to 168, but he did say he's willing to do a catch weight between 158 160. If I'm Terence Crawford and Canelo is serious, I would say, hey, 158. I'm going up 11 pounds. I'm going up 11 pounds from 147. But then Terence Crawford still would have to get, to me, Terence Crawford still would need, before he fights Canelo, Terence Crawford still would need to at least get one or two fights at, you know, at 154 to prepare him for, you know, for Canelo, weight-wise, conditioning, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.